All right, good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex.
And I'm Jay.
And we got some news updates for you from around the land of smiles today, this Tuesday, May 27th. Now, today, we're going to be talking about scams of the marijuana and marathon variety. A Pattaya woman's conspiracy to fake a robbery to hide missing money from her British boyfriend. And a little later, the bizarre face-shoving incident between Emmanuel Macron and his wife as he arrives in Vietnam. But before we get into it, please remember to like and subscribe to the Thaiger to stay up to date on all things Thailand. I had a quick word, too, about how to become a member of our YouTube channel. If you see that subscribed button just right next to it, you'll see the join button. If you click on the join button, you'll be able to become a member of our channel. There are different levels of membership with different levels of benefits. More or less, though, if you are a member, we'll invite you in to come take a studio tour. We'll give you some merch. I'll invite you out for some free tickets for the comedy shows. A little bit of a personal touch. So it's a great way to support the channel, and we would encourage you to do so.
We would encourage you. It's optional.
It is optional, of course, but we're just happy you're here. But, you know, some people want to support.
Yeah. And a big shout out to our sponsors, Fazwaz, for supporting us for doing Good Morning Thailand. If you've ever thought about buying property, selling property, looking at property, just checking it out, Thailand's largest property portal, Fazwaz. Check them out. That's fazwaz.com.
Absolutely. We'll hear a little bit more from them later. But, yeah, our first story today, this has been big news a lot. We've seen a lot of stories like this, and now the official warnings are coming out. British tourists are being targeted in Thai drug mule scams. Be careful, Brits. Yeah, that's right. British tourists are being targeted by criminal gangs operating in Thailand and the UK who offer luxury holidays in exchange for smuggling drugs. These scams promise lavish resorts and up to £2,000 but hide serious legal risks. Many tourists wrongly assume all drug use is tolerated since Thailand decriminalized cannabis in 2022. It's not. 2 young Brits were recently arrested abroad for trafficking large amounts of cannabis, raising alarm. The UK Foreign Office has updated its Thailand travel advice, warning that drug laws remain strict. Tourists are urged to be vigilant, as falling for these scams can lead to severe penalties.
Yeah, don't just be a drug mule.
Yeah, I mean, we need to look no further than that girl who was missing, who turned up in Georgia, who's now facing a life sentence for smuggling a bunch of kilos in there. Certainly not the only case.
And yeah, I mean, a lot of people just think like, oh yeah, it's Thailand, it's relaxed. They don't really care. It's fine, we'll get away with it. No. If you don't, which you most probably won't, there's going to be severe penalties. So just don't do it.
There's also a big difference between like buying a small amount for personal use, right? Like that's not going to get you in trouble in the smuggling kind of ways where you're like trafficking kilos across borders. That is, and that's where most of this is being targeted, obviously, because more money is made when you bring it into markets where, I mean, cannabis legal here, but not legal in the places where they're sending it to, and that's where the money is meant to be made, so don't fall for it.
Also, there, a lot of the young tourists or people who are traveling end up doing these kind of crimes as well. So, guys, just come here, enjoy your 50 baht, 100 baht beer, and then go back home and talk to your friends about it for the next 5 years until you come back again.
Indeed. Yeah, well said, Jay.
All right. Moving on to our next story. It's scams in Thailand, where Bangkok mini marathon scam leaves 1,800 runners stranded. Scam in Bangkok. Nearly 2,000 runners were scammed at a fake mini marathon at Suan Luang Rama 9 Park in Bangkok. The Run for Destination 2025 event promised prizes, gifts, and sponsorships, but delivered chaos with no real setup. Just one confused organizer. Participants, sponsors, and service providers lost money with registration fees between 450 to 2,000 baht. Even outsourced staff and a metal supplier were unpaid. MK Restaurant, falsely linked to the event, plans legal action. Police intervened and 70 official complaints have been filed, but no charges yet. The event company was only recently registered, raising further suspicion. Who knew that this could be a scam? A marathon scam.
What a scumbag move. I mean, I don't get it. Like, everybody's already there, right?
Yeah.
Like, just go running. I don't know. But at the same time, they were supposed to be medals. The medals were made.
Yeah.
Just didn't get paid for.
Well, I guess, the event organizer was the real scammer who kind of promised all these things. There was one person who was running the event, and he just thought, hey, I thought this was going to be like a small community event, and here you guys want what again?
Yeah. But yeah, the poor one guy who was left to hold the bag.
Just showed up at the park for walking. I paid 2,000 baht for this. It's free.
I thought it was happening too. Yeah. Wild to me that they made all the medals without taking any money up front too. I guess when you're under the guise of charity, people would be like, oh yeah, sure, we'll like help out. Yeah. So be sure to
Yeah, 2,000 bahts are way too expensive. In general, it's about 400 to 500 baht because they give you your number and like a T-shirt,
get a medal.
I guess participation medal.
Yeah.
I don't believe in participation medals. But anyways,
fair enough. But yeah, careful who you're running with. Apparently,
you're the first or you're last.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the movie Coyote Ugly, Jay?
The stripper one.
Well, not strippers, my God! Like they're
Bar
top
dancers,
indeed.
yeah.
Well, those girls in those movies got into a little bit of trouble. Apparently, yeah. What? I got to show you the movie again. Apparently,
okay.
That's come over to Thailand too.
Okay.
Some Coyote dancers have been arrested in Samut, Prakan after a shoplifting spree.
Oh no.
That's right. 2 Coyote dancers and an accomplice were arrested for stealing from at least 9 convenience stores in Samut Prakan between May 16th and 17th. Caught on CCTV, 20-year-old Nisha and Parichat admitted to the thefts, citing low wages and family expenses. Coyote dancing just doesn't pay what it used to. They sold stolen household items worth 40,000 baht to a woman named Siriwan, who was also arrested. I don't know if she knew about it, though. Police believe Siriwan resold the goods below market price. The dancers face up to 5 years in prison for nighttime theft. Siriwan faces charges for handling stolen goods, offense. The investigation highlights economic struggles, pushing some into petty crime.
Yeah.
It's
Common.
It is. It's kind of a bummer, though, right? Like, even the Coyote dancers are having to resort to petty theft. The question is, did Siriwan...
I mean, how safe would you feel around a Coyote dancer?
I don't know. They're dancing.
Would you,
They're just dancers.
I wouldn't put it past them. It would be naive to think that.
Yeah, I mean... It's not that surprising of a story, but what is interesting to me is CD1. Was she actually a fence, or did she just think she was getting a good deal on some of these products and could resell them?
Yeah.
Apparently, the police believed that she had done enough to be guilty of some sort of criminal activity. But yeah, crime, it don't pay, as they say.
Well, there we go. Moving on to our next story. A Pattaya trans woman assaults Indian tourists after alleged theft. More trouble in Pattaya. A Thai trans woman in Pattaya allegedly stole from an Indian tourist after sex, then struck him with her handbag before fleeing with 2 accomplices. The victim, Kun Hemant Boj, sustained a head injury and claimed valuables were taken. He filed a police report after hotel staff refused to help due to the case involving prostitution. Now, police suspect the trans woman is part of a gang targeting tourists in similar scams. CCTV footage is under review as investigations continue into the theft and assault, so do be careful out there. Yeah, prostitution scams aren't new, but this one might be.
Yeah, I think this kind of points towards the idea that maybe we should legalize and regulate sex work in Thailand. It is such a prevalent gray market, black market, I guess we could say. And when it's involved, authorities hotels are like, well, you were doing something wrong already. Look, to me, that's an honest transaction, right? Like, if you've paid money for this, like, that's... Oh, you both agree. There's some sort of social contract there. What you did not agree upon was getting assaulted and having your stuff stolen.
But then again, the assault is comical. She just took the bag and started... Did she repeatedly hit him with the bag?
Look, he was bleeding.
Or was it just once and
he
then...
was bleeding, man. He had it was a pretty big head injury, and he was going to authority for... Yeah, I mean, who knows, man. But, yeah, the point is... He does deserve some support and sympathy in the situation because he was assaulted and robbed at the end of the day. So, anyways, poor guy. I guess not a good reputation for the trans sex workers of Pattaya.
Initially, I just thought it was like you had a knife or like held at gunpoint, but it was like no, held by a handbag.
Come on, man. Let's not. We're your victim.
No, I'm not. I'm not like looking down on the victim. I'm just saying, like, it's just a little bit of a comical, strange story. But
it is a little wacky.
Anyways,
I'll give you that. But
ooh, got him.
Yeah. Anyways. Oh, hey, I didn't even notice my own pun.
Moving on.
All right. Well, not the only badly behaving woman in Pattaya. Okay, this one we have a bit of a conspiracy on our hands. A woman in Pattaya faked a robbery in order to hide money lost from her British boyfriend. A Pattaya sales assistant known as Miss Ratana falsely claimed she was robbed at knife point to hide losing 32,000 baht from her British boyfriend. She told police that 3 men stole her cash and engagement ring, prompting a full investigation. However, CCTV footage showed no attack, and under questioning, she confessed to fabricating the story out of fear of upsetting her partner. The boyfriend broke up with her after the truth emerged. Police criticized her for wasting resources and damaging the area's image. She now faces legal action for filing a false report.
Double whammy.
Just don't make stuff up. Like, yeah.
I mean, there have been some crazy stories where people are lying to their partners. I still remember the Indian man who damaged his own passport because he didn't want to show that he'd been to Bangkok. I'm guessing because the story was about having a stamp for Pattaya, but there's no stamp for Pattaya. I mean,
the trips to Thailand, and apparently he had a reputation for what he was doing over here. So, in any case,
actually. There's a correction. So when we actually said that story about that man who had the stamp of Pattaya, that is possible. I thought it wouldn't be possible, but if you actually travel to Suvarnabhumi and then take a flight to Utapao Airport, which is the closest airport to Pattaya, that's still possible.
Fair enough. There you go.
There we go.
All right. Well, in terms of this story, it's still a little unclear as to how she lost the money. Like whether this was just
gambling. I'm guessing.
I don't know if it was an honest accident. Like she might have just dropped the bag somewhere.
How do you lose 32,000 baht in your engagement ring?
That's a good question. But apparently the truth has yet to emerge. But whatever her statement was not that. So, anyways.
Nice. Anyways, moving on to our next story. Is tourism really that good? Koh Samui struggles with over-tourism and local displacement. Can tourism be a bad thing? Koh Samui is facing an over-tourism crisis as infrastructure buckles under a surge in visitors, partly driven by the popularity of White Lotus, the series on HBO. Locals face water shortages, overwhelmed waste systems, and soaring living costs while luxury resorts drain resources. Once a community-focused destination, foreign investment now dominates, pushing residents out. Now, experts are warning that the island could suffer irreversible environmental damage like Maya Bay. However, a new generation of locals is pushing for sustainable tourism to reclaim Koh Samui's future. The island's survival now hinges on balancing profit with preservation.
The White Lotus effect is real, apparently. Look, I think... it's got to be generally a good thing, right? It is a lot of tourism dollars, but I know that, sometimes there has to be this balance of trying to figure out, all right, how do we keep it affordable and still a place for the locals who built this and made this a beautiful place? And how do we let more money and investment in that creates more jobs and increases the property values and things like that? So,
and we were talking about this story for many months. And at the start of the year, we knew that White Lotus is coming out. There was a surge in bookings. There was a surge in traveling there. But I think what people can't sometimes comprehend is like Samui is a large island. However, it's not that massively big to just take care of so many tourists.
To handle the
influx.
influx.
There is such thing as over-tourism.
For sure. Yeah, and we're seeing the effects now. But, how long will this last? That also remains to be seen.
That is also true, yeah.
We'll see.
Sometimes the government has to intervene. Because once you once you tell people that, hey, limited numbers only, you can't go here, people want it even more.
It's a forbidden fruit, baby. You gotta love it. All right. Well, anyways, guys, that'll do it for our Thailand section in the news. Before we head into the ASEAN, we'll hear a quick word from our sponsors. Tan, take it away.
There we go. Thailand's home for real estate. Thank you, Fazwaz, for sponsoring the show.
That was a lovely little, it's a little dream getaway over there. Anyways, shout out to
It was more like
Fazwaz.
I thought it was very straightforward. You want to buy, you want to sell, you want to rent, Fazwaz.
It's pretty much all you need. Find your home fast.
Yes.
I would say. But yeah.
Who came up with that Faz thing? Was that Jason?
It was me. Yeah. They still use it all the time, don't they?
Do they?
I think they do. I've
I
seen
think
it
we
on
just
some
forced them
billboards.
to use it, but okay.
Well, I mean, they approved, didn't they? All right. Anyways, I'm an advertising guy. Okay, let's dive into our ASEAN section. And our first story is the big story that everybody's talking about all around the world. We're heading off to Vietnam, where Macron is denying that the viral slap from his wife was anything but playful fun, and now blames disinformation. All right, Emmanuel Macron dismissed claims of a public spat with his wife Brigitte after a viral video appeared to show her pushing him as they exited a plane in Vietnam. He clarified that they were just joking around, but apparently Russian media and far-right figures seized on the clip, suggesting domestic tension. The French president criticized the conspiracy theories, noting similar false claims, including drug use. The viral moment overshadowed his real purpose for the visit. France and Vietnam signed a €9 billion deal spanning aviation, defense, and healthcare, marking a key diplomatic and economic engagement. I don't know.
There we go. The video proof does show it a little.
Don't look good.
Yeah.
And the idea that, look, she was 39. He was 15.
Yeah, she was his teacher, no?
When they, fell in love or whatever. His parents said to her, please, leave him alone. And she's like, I can't make any promises. And now here they are, however many years later, she groomed him. I cannot deny that. Nobody can deny that. If you fell in love with your student. Now, apparently, abuse is just sort of part of it.
Yeah.
I'm not buying, look, I get he's defending himself, but, dude, there's all sorts of sketchy stuff around this relationship. A lot of people like to pile on with Brigitte, saying she's trans or that. I think that's a little more mean-spirited and not really based in fact. There's plenty of, weird stuff in that relationship to make fun of without going that route.
Stick to good old predatory behavior.
For sure. That it is what it appears to be. Yeah. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one, guys.
Daddy fan with the best comment. He's misbehaving. I mean, look, for anyone who's been in a long-term relationship or at least married, have you ever done anything for your partner to playfully smack your face? Playfully smack your face? Yeah. As men, you probably do.
It wasn't like a full-on slap either. It was more like a.
It was more like a get off my face, you dummy. I mean, that kind of behavior I would expect is fairly normal in a long-term relationship with your partner, right? I'm not talking about abuse, but hey, a push or something, a playful one. She wasn't attacking him.
Yeah. I mean,
but then again, who are we?
It could look like that too, I guess. I don't know. It's a bit ambiguous the way that the video comes out, I guess I should say, but. Still a lot of weird stuff going on over there, but French and weird romantic entanglements, a classic combination there.
Vive la France.
All right.
Moving on to our next story, we're going to go to Malaysia, where Penang food court has been shut down for 2 weeks due to cockroach infestation.
Ew.
Gross. All right. A food court in Penang's Pattaya district has been shut down for 14 days after authorities discovered a cockroach infestation in its kitchen and food prep areas. Yeah. I wonder how long it took them to realize that. The Penang City Council found the premises failed to meet cleanliness standards during an inspection, and the closure effective until June 8th was issued under local food establishment bylaws. BPP stressed the importance of hygiene and license compliance to protect public health and maintenance safety dining conditions.
Ew.
Gross.
Super gross. I have to stop saying but I'm speechless right now. How long was this going on? That's the big question. And how many cockroaches were unknowingly consumed in this food court? Yucky.
Yucks.
I'm glad. Hopefully they'll get a hold of it now. All right. Well, I got two feel goods for us at the end of it. The first one, it's kind of feel good, kind of feel bad. I'll let you decide. First one, we're off to Indonesia, where police have busted an ivory trafficking ring worth 141,000 USD. Indonesian police have arrested 4 individuals involved in the illegal trade of elephant ivory worth an estimated 2.3 billion rupiah, or about 141,000 US dollars. Seized items include tusks, smoking pipes, statues, and jewelry. The suspects operated through clandestine kiosks and social media, with some products exported to Malaysia and South Korea. Officials noted the true environmental cost is far greater than the black market value, as the trade threatens elephant populations and habitats. The arrests highlight the ongoing battle against wildlife trafficking in Indonesia. Why do people still do this?
I don't know, man.
Ivory, it's...
Hey, every now and then, it's because there's so much going on in the world, sometimes you forget that this is still the good old, ivory trade.
Yeah. I mean, the demand is all here in Asia, right? Of course, the supply coming from places like Africa, wherever elephants are native, but the Eastern medicine practices, the idea that, consuming a rhino horn will give you virility is so entrenched in a lot of the traditional minds of Asia. And those traditional minds have a lot of money to spend on the black market. So yucky, but glad to see that the authorities are taking it seriously and cracking down.
What'd you say, yucky? Is that a new word of the week?
It's yucky.
All right.
There's a lot of yucky stories today, guys.
All right. Moving on to our last story today. Cambodia delays opening of Techo International Airport to September. Originally, I thought this story was going to be about electronic dance music, but never mind. I thought it was Techno International Airport. It's like a party airport.
Woo!
Cambodia's new Techo International Airport will begin operations on 9 September 2025, 2 months later than planned due to unfinished construction work. Its official inauguration will take place on 20th October, led by Prime Minister Hun Manet. Located south of Phnom Penh, the 1.5 billion airport spans 2,600 hectares and will handle over 15 million passengers annually. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister reaffirmed that the historic Phnom Penh International Airport will remain state-owned and is not for sale, despite its high land value and investment interest.
Yeah, better to get it.
More airports.
Yeah, more airports.
More tourism.
Good. Sure.
People travel.
Better to delay, I think, than to open it early and get it wrong.
Yeah. True. They didn't, do a classic Thailand, I would say.
I won't say too much about that, but yeah, Techo, not Techno Airport will be coming in September.
I wish it was the Techno Airport.
Yeah. If you got your AirPods, any airport can be a Techno Airport. But the Cambodian government seems to be putting a lot of stock in the idea that more and more people will be coming to Cambodia for tourism, whether that holds up to be true. 50 million visitors through the airport they're expecting pretty quickly. Hopefully that works out. Tourism dollars can do a lot to help a developing nation bring in money and investment and really just bring it into the minds of the travelers. I think a lot of people know about Thailand, right? The soft power has gone into a lot of different pockets of the greater world culture. Don't think that's happened with Cambodia yet. So it's good to see them trying to prepare for that and angle for more of that attention. All right.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, those are some of the stories from across Thailand today. You can find more stories on thetiger.com or join in any of the conversations at
ASEANnow.com.
That's Thailand's largest news forum. Big shout out to Fazwaz for sponsoring the show. And
don't forget to subscribe to the Tiger here.
Yeah.
You can join. If you click that little join button, you could become a member of the Tiger and support us. Very, very appreciated if you do that. And you'll get all sorts of benefits like coming to visit us, get some merch.
Special emojis.
Yeah, you get special emojis. I forgot about that. And also don't forget to...
Studio tour.
High fives, back pats. You'll also, please also subscribe to us on, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, wherever else. You'll see a bunch of content that you don't usually see here on the main YouTube channel. For now, let's dive into the comments and see what our viewers have to say.
If you like that story, please like and subscribe. And for more Thailand news, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok at The Tiger, or you can go to thetiger.com and join the conversation.